It may sound like the beginning of a very niche culinary sci-fi film, but dairy is quietly entering the world of high-tech organ fabrication. Yes, your humble milk and yogurt, long relegated to breakfast bowls and smoothies, are now getting their molecular moment in regenerative medicine as unlikely yet promising players in the field of 3D bioprinting. Specifically, researchers are experimenting with dairy-based hydrogels, using milk-derived proteins and yogurt-sourced extracellular vesicles, EVs, to build tissues with better biocompatibility, structural integrity, and even regenerative flair. It's the kind of breakthrough that makes you look at your grocery cart and think, that's not just dairy, it's potential. At the heart of this innovation is the concept of a bioink, a printable material used to build living tissues layer by layer. Traditional bioinks often struggle with a Goldilocks problem. They're either too stiff for cells to survive, too soft to hold shape, or too synthetic to integrate with human tissue. Enter dairy. Casein and whey proteins, the major players in milk, are biodegradable, naturally abundant, and have an amino acid profile that closely mimics human extracellular matrix proteins. That means they offer a more natural environment for cells to attach, grow, and communicate, something that sterile lab polymers can't quite match. Casein, in particular, forms gels with tunable viscoelastic properties, which makes it ideal for extrusion-based 3D printing. It holds its shape without being overly rigid, and when cross-linked with enzymes or calcium ions, it becomes structurally stable yet cell-friendly. Think of it as the Goldilocks hydrogel, soft enough for stem cells to stretch out in, firm enough to support the delicate architecture of, say, a liver lobule or a kidney nephron. It's not every day a cheese protein gets to cosplay as organ scaffolding. Then there are the yogurt-derived extracellular vesicles, tiny, naturally secreted nanobubbles full of bioactive compounds like microRNAs, peptides, and lipids. These EVs don't just float around doing nothing. When embedded in dairy-based hydrogels, they can deliver anti-inflammatory, pro-regenerative signals directly to the embedded cells. This is crucial in bioprinting, where the freshly printed tissue often experiences stress and inflammation from mechanical pressure and nutrient shock. Yogurt EVs essentially show up like nurturing cell whisperers, calming the area down and encouraging tissue formation. Beyond cell-friendliness, dairy-based hydrogels also solve a major bottleneck in bioprinting: vascularization. Without proper nutrient diffusion, printed tissues become tiny cell deserts, functional for a day or two, then collapsing into goo. Milk proteins, surprisingly, seem to enhance angiogenesis, blood vessel formation, possibly due to bioactive peptides released during fermentation or degradation. When combined with endothelial cells in a bioprinted scaffold, these hydrogels may encourage the early sprouting of microvessels, basically plumbing for your future biokidney. There's also a practical benefit. Dairy is dirt cheap compared to other bioink components like collagen or hyaluronic acid. It's sustainable, scalable, and, thanks to the food industry's relentless efficiency, comes with a global supply chain already in place. Researchers can extract and purify dairy proteins to pharmaceutical grade far more economically than sourcing collagen from animal tissues or manufacturing synthetic polymers. It's like discovering that your backyard garden can power a spaceship. And while dairy-based bioprinting may still sound a bit off-menu, early results are compelling. Labs using modified casein hydrogels have printed bone tissue scaffolds that supported osteoblast growth and mineralization. Yogurt EV-enhanced constructs have improved healing in skin and intestinal models. There's even talk of combining these dairy-based materials with CRISPR-modified stem cells to guide organ regeneration with molecular precision. It's lactose meets life sciences, and the future is looking surprisingly creamy. Of course, we're not about to see full-size milk-printed organs rolled out of a machine next week. Regulatory, immunological, and scalability challenges remain. Allergenicity of dairy proteins must be considered, especially in immunocompromised patients. Long-term biodegradation profiles need more research. And no one wants a printed pancreas that smells like a cheese stick. But for now, the science is clear. Dairy, once the preserve of nutritionists and dairy farmers, is setting its sights on surgeons and bioengineers. So, the next time you sip yogurt or pour milk into your coffee, consider this. That same protein structure could one day help build a liver, patch a heart, or regenerate a limb. Not bad for a fridge staple that's now reaching into the realm of future medicine, one delicious molecule at a time.